Just an experiment to see how this coaching conversation will go. When I'm standing like this, I am the coach. When I am standing like this, with the P visible, I am the client. So this is just some experiment to see how things go. So yeah, let's get started. Hmm. So hi Sunil, how are you doing today? Hi coach, I am doing great. How are you? So it's been some time since we spoke. Yeah. Wonderful, wonderful. Good to hear from you, Sunil. Yeah, how are you doing today? Well, today has been slightly interesting. I feel a little bit worried about a few things. A little bit overwhelmed about the end of the year review that I have to work with my boss. I don't know. This is my first year in the office. I don't know how things are. So I just need some mental space there to work with it. I don't know what to do with this. It feels overwhelming. Hmm. I hear you, Sunil. I hear you. So you share that you are looking at this end of the year review meeting with your manager, and it's the first time in this particular organization, and you feel worried and overwhelmed. There are lots of things that are happening. Okay. Okay. Mhm. Is there a topic that you would like to start off with today? Are we at a good place to start? Do you need maybe something else to sort of get you started for today's session? Uh, no, I think I want to work with this, Sunil, so coach. So I want to see how this goes. And yeah, so I am ready with the session. I'm ready with the conversation. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So then let's get started. So what would you like to talk about today? Uh, Yeah, just to set you on a context. So I joined this organization like just like almost a year, year plus a year and 2 months. So basically, this is my first time getting the actual feedback for whatever I've done. The last year was just like a token, and what had happened was my boss. She's a very how do I say, uh, very good person. Not that there's a problem with her as a person, but essentially it's that sometimes it feels like she's a little extra aggressive in some of these aspects, and I am not in sync with some of the aspects that are there. My colleagues also have a problem with that, but essentially sometimes when I go and share something, I get a very how do I say, very aggressive stance from her, and I don't know how to communicate my point of view. So most of the time, I end up saying yes to things that I don't want to say yes to. So yeah, for example, yesterday she said, "Sunil, why don't you finish this particular work before we get to the weekend?" And I'm on leave tomorrow. That's essentially the Friday. So today, Thursday being tomorrow, I'm on leave. So I have to sit down and work on it today. And I get it. It is something that's really still weighing on my head as to how do I get this work done, because the work is big, and sometimes I have this fear around sharing that it can't be made possible uh, because maybe it impacts my end of the year review as well. And from whatever I heard from last time and from all the other colleagues that were there, is that she's very aggressive even on the this thing, and no, she's like, you don't do this, you don't do this, you don't do this. I have never been face to face in a review space before. It's that there have been conversations, of course, but never been a review space. So I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to do from this. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, Sunil, I hear you. So what I heard you share, so that I will just place that back to you so that you hear what's going on. Um, so yeah, I heard that this is you stress upon this place that your manager she is very aggressive, and Also, when you were talking about her, there was a lot of hand movement, a lot of energy that felt a little anxious and nervous, if I am to put it. Correct me if I'm wrong. These are something that I observed about your body. And also, you mentioned about communicating, saying no, not being able to say no. Um, yeah, just a little curious if there's something else that you would like to share. I see that you want to share something else. Yeah. Actually, yes, yes. It's not my first rodeo. So I've been into the corporate sector for quite some time. And yeah, so my boss, my previous one in the previous organization was also of a similar space. There was no, how do I say it, freedom to be myself, work at our own pace. It to be always being in the hustle mode. And that was something that burnt me out. And because of the burnout, I moved out of the organization and moved here to something new. And the work environment is quite decent enough. It's okay, completely fine. But I think with this particular manager, it reminds me of my older manager, of how the hustle is there, and there's so much to be done, and it almost feels like I'm back in my childhood. I have to sort of impress my parents and also my peers. Basically, be in the top five, or you're not even worth it. So there's that performance pressure is definitely there. I think that's something I carry, and that's something from my previous organization as well. Yeah, I don't know. It did. No, this feels very overwhelming even to share this. Um, I haven't shared this with anybody else from any other place. This is the first time I'm talking about this. Mm-hmm. Anything else that you're feeling right now that you would like to share? Hmm. Not really, coach. I think yeah, it's something that I'm sensing as a pattern. I'd like to work with that pattern. Yeah, there's saying no. I think also coming into that, there's performance pressure. Uh, there's a need to sort of work with uh, approval, or I think I'm not getting the exact word, but some sort of an approval is needed from somebody else, somebody higher, somebody who's more experienced and more in an authoritative space. Yeah. Mm. Okay. So I hear you, Sunil. So there's an observation you've come to about yourself, that's that there could be a space of working with your saying no, and also some sort of a validation that you're seeking from some of your seniors or somebody who's experienced in the organization. And yeah, so I also heard you share that this is something that's a pattern that you've seen. So just curious with all this, what is that you would like to accomplish at the end of this conversation with me today? Uh, yeah. Uh, Interesting question. I think but what I see is that there are multiple layers to this coach. So there's they're saying no. I sometimes take on that things to like a lot of things that overwhelm me. Uh, there's this performance pressure. There's validation that I'm seeking. Um, Yeah, maybe I just want to understand what's happening with me today, as to what is leading to all this, and yeah, maybe if time permits, see what I can do to get out of this. Yeah. Hmm. So from what I hear, you want to understand what's happening, what's leading you to this, and if possible, if time permits, find what you can do about it. Hmm. I hear you. So, how much of your, if you were to put this on a scale of 10, 10 being the best understanding, and say zero being no understanding, or one being the least understanding, where do you currently see this understanding of yours currently? Mm, I think very tough to say, very tough to put it on a scale, because I'm just thinking of, there's unearthing some of these things right now. So I don't know if uh, I am at a place where I can give something very, very tangibly, but it does feel like the awareness or so the understanding is very, very low. And yeah, I just want to see this understanding come forth. Mhm. Okay. Oh, okay. Interesting. So you shared that this understanding is quite low. And how is this situation, current situation that you have, impacting your Sunil? Hmm. I think impact wise, yeah, I'll have to just maybe pause for it. Impacting me in a way, I think it affects my presence. I am very snappy at my kids, very snappy at my wife when I bring it home. So basically, yeah, I bring work home. So that's what happens. I bring work home, and that's something that I'm not really um, proud about myself with regards to that. Uh, yeah, and so this is currently what's affecting me, and how it's affecting me. I don't feel good about bringing work home, and and also pressure, the stress of this. Uh, yeah, I don't feel good about it. Mm. Yeah. Mhm. So I heard you share that you bring stress, and you feel stress, and you bring work home, and you're snappy with your kids and wife. Uh, I could sense a shift in energies when you're talking about it. So generally, with regards to coaching, there's that space where one of the spaces we also anchor the conversation is about a future that you're looking forward to. Um, so I'm just curious to understand with you as to when you actually get to the space of change and move from this point A to point A where you want to get to. How would you feel? Uh, Sorry, from what I understand is that you want me to share how I would feel when uh, I am not, or I do things differently, and I don't bring work home or something like that. Uh, yeah, something that you're looking forward to from the understanding that comes. So you shared you wanted an understanding of what's it leading, and possible solutions that can come out of it. So I'm curious about that as to how would that understanding look, and how would that make you feel? Hmm. Oh yeah, I think for me it would be fantastic if I don't bring work home. I think because I have pressure at work to say to really finish some of these aspects in a time that I've said I'll work with. Uh, for me, when I say I will do at a point, I make sure I do it. Something that is a boon as well as a bane for me. And yeah, so when I say I want to do it, I will do it. There's no second with that. Sometimes it becomes a problem, specifically when I can't say no to some that come with a very sharp deadline. And like when you are at work, there's already multiple things that are going on. And suddenly, when something new comes, and it's coming from my higher ups. If it's coming from my peers, I have no problem. If it's coming from my higher ups, I do have a problem with that, and I want to make sure that my record is clean, my record is perfect. So that's something that happens. Yeah, I think I'm still with that particular this thing. So yeah, I think it would feel happy. I would feel very happy. Uh, I would feel a little bit better about myself. In saying, okay, now I'm actually working on something that I wanted to work for in a very long time. Uh, and I don't feel guilty about not doing some of these work and saying no. When I mean no, I should say no. Um, yeah, we have our own problems with the team because there's somebody new that's come in. There's a youngster. I have to sit down, mentor, and essentially it's a lot more work. And yeah, so I don't want to let myself down or let my manager down, and then let myself down because of that. Yeah, but I will feel very very happy and a little bit proud about myself that I don't bring work home, and I'm able to spend time with my kids, spend time with my wife. I think it's been a long time since I've had dinner with her, sat down, like dinner with her in general, and also with the kids and also with the family. Yeah. And like when I just like that sharing that tomorrow is a holiday and we were supposed to go to somewhere else and sort of relax. But whatever I've taken on as a topic is something that is still in my head. Yeah, I'm still processing that. Hmm. Hmm. So I heard you share that you'd be definitely happier and also uh, a little bit more proud about yourself. And I also heard this space that you would not like to let down your manager nor yourself. And also that once you say yes to something, you essentially work with it. And when you say or you would like to say no to things you don't want to say no to, there was a strong emphasis I have observed about when you say no, that means it should be a no. Or when you know that this is not possible from your end, you say no to it. That's what I sort of heard from you and observed. Um, what are your thoughts on this? Hmm. Yeah, I think this silence is really tough for me because like some of my older memories are coming back. Um and I think a lot of that has to do with sibling rivalry. I think that's something that uh, is there. And my elder one, she was an absolute genius, and everybody who came to the family was always praising her for all the good things that she was doing. Uh, she was an athlete. She was a Bharatanatyam dancer, and yeah, so she always got all the attention. I was not great with academics, but she was brilliant. She was in the debate competitions. She was into many things actually, and I didn't feel like I was getting much of the attention from people who were coming in at home, my parents. Um, I think my sister never tried to rub it in, saying she's better, but I think it was we were young, and I think from there was a lot of stemming of uh, this idea. Yeah, and then what also happened is um, I think very difficult to say this is she found somebody who was not from the same religion and caste, and she ran away and got married. She's not been in touch with her parents for a long time, and the thing was that it felt like she broke the trust for the family. The family was now in a lot of disarray, and uh, and that was when attention was all on me. Like I had to now be the perfect kid. Suddenly, my scores had to improve. Like they put me onto tuitions everywhere, and yeah, so I really had to struggle. And I remember constant reminders saying, "Don't be like your sister. Uh, we are looking up to you. Don't let us down." Um, and I was a young kid, and I just wanted to, stay true to my parents. Uh, a tough time for us as a family. Yeah. Hmm. I hear you, Sunil. I can feel the emotions that you're working with, and I could sense different emotions move through you in that silence when you're talking about what happened. Um, I did sense that it was a lot of emotions you're carrying, and just curious when you share this, how are you feeling? Yeah. Oddly, coach, I think I feel a lot better. I haven't spoken about some of my deepest thoughts like this. And yeah, it also reminds me that I should talk to my sister once about this, um, and share. This has been my experience. So I think after about 10, 15 years, my sister and I are back in touch. Happened over a random conversation, and yeah, so somebody said something, and I was very pissed off, and I called her and I asked her. Um, yeah, so and then that opened up a lot of conversations. So I want to talk to her and share. This is what I've been through, because I haven't opened up with anybody about any of these. Does feel lighter. I feel lighter, uh, and I feel somewhere that I've narrowed down on the why. Why that performance pressure? Why with somebody coming in from superiors? Um, yeah, I sense some sort of an understanding and an awareness has come to you, like you shared. How does this change or impact you at this present moment? Mm, in the present, I think it is something that's given me as part of a window as to what's happening. I understand this a little bit more. Um, and yeah, I don't feel as heavy as I was feeling. And I think that is majorly with conversation with you. Thank you for the safe space. And I think I need a safe place to let go of, some of the things that I'm holding on to. Maybe it doesn't impact me immediately for tomorrow. I think I'll have to sit down, work my ass off today. Pardon my English. So work very hard today. Uh, but I'm really happy that I brought this to the conversation with you today. Brought this to coaching, and I think impact wise, I do feel that this awareness that there's something that triggered from childhood, and I haven't let go of that. That's affecting me today, and it's affecting me not in a good way. I think for me is a realization that I should start doing something. That's something it's got me clear, and hopefully I'm able to work with this with your help, and not sure who else can help me with this, but I think I'll have to help myself with this. My sister, my wife, could be possibly some people I can work with. Hmm. Hmm. So, Sunil, I observe that you reflected deeply on a few things, and you said that sharing about this and opening up made you feel lighter, and you'd want to do that with your sister and your wife. And also, you've seen how this impacts you, and you want to work with this. So, just want to acknowledge the work that you did in the session, and also the emotions that you worked with, and having arrived here. Any other insights that you are gathering from this session and this conversation? Uh, I think insights wise, I think coaching is working. So yeah, I think thank you for the space. I think that's something that's come in as an awareness and an insight that I should bring this to coaching and take this on. Um, and I keep telling my friends that sometimes middle class people, like I come from a Indian middle class, that we'd rather die with a the ailment that we have, that sometimes we don't even get to work with. than spend money on something that can cure us, and essentially emotional health, mental health, physical health. Now maybe with physical health is slightly getting better, but we don't really invest on ourselves as much as we invest on others around us, especially our younger generation. So yeah, I think I digress from the topic. Basically, yes, that the idea is with me in terms of I should bring some of these topics to coaching. Maybe even talk with somebody, essentially not like a coach. I understand coaching is not about venting. Coaching is not about therapy. Maybe even talking to somebody who's a therapist can also work. Maybe any recommendations from your end, because you are in the support profession. If you can recommend somebody, then yeah, I'd be happy to take that as a step. Yeah, maybe also an acknowledgement about. Um, I think that feeling I told you about being proud about myself. Uh, I think there could be something there, maybe that I'd like to bring it to another other session with you. Um, yeah, I think the therapist thing is a good thing. Maybe you can help me with that. Hmm. So I heard you share about talking to a therapist, working with some of your thought processes, and also that reiteration around this coaching helping you, and you would like to bring some more conversations to coaching. So just checking in, so you wanted to sort of understand and then go towards the possible solutions of this particular topic. How are we on that space? Mm, I think I'm good with today's conversation, coach. So I don't think I want to work with the how to change part of it exclusively. I think the why is something that I'm still marinating in. Something that made me think and pause about a lot of things. So yeah, I just maybe would want to uh, work with a therapist first. Talk to my sister about all things. Talk to my wife. Um, yeah, and I have heard from my friend that maybe I can journal. So something I haven't tried. So I like to maybe try that out. Yeah, I think there's work to be done, coach. Thank you for this session. Mm, yeah, and maybe yeah, I think I'd like to close the session. Yeah, so Neil, I would like to also acknowledge you about some of the conversation that you had today in this and I could sense the transition from that heaviness to a slight lightness, navigated a lot of emotions. And I also heard you share that you want to work with a therapist and also share with your family and yeah, so bring some more conversations around coaching. Happy to coach you on all the topics that you want to bring to coaching. I'm a partner with you here. So just before we close, I just wanted to check in terms of these action points that you mentioned. How do you like to stay accountable to them? Hmm. Yeah, I think that's a very good question. Presently, whatever I am sort of feeling is a it's like a goosebumpsy feeling. I don't know if you understand. Uh, you'll understand because you're a coach would have this thing. But yeah, it's like a goosebumpsy feeling and like a warm feeling inside. It's making me feel that I should be my own accountability partner. And yeah, maybe I hope that I can just tell you the progress before we meet the next time. Maybe drop you a message or send you an email. Um, yeah, maybe you can be my accountability partner, additional to me being my own accountability partner. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what I heard you share is you want to be your own accountability partner, do this, and in some way, in small capacities, you want me to be an additional second accountability partner. Okay, I hear you. So, any thoughts? So, I heard you wanted to share the close the session. Any closing thoughts that you would like to leave with from the session? I think, yeah, very, very wonderfully done. I think I like the conversation. Went deep. I didn't know, the comfort zone that I've established here with me. I think that was fantastic. It went a lot deep. I was very comfortable, and to tell you the truth, one of the very few places where I've trusted the process and trusted the person on the outside. Uh, for me, it's also a reminder to trust things, and also with regards to the space of going to my manager about the year-end reviews. I think I've done decently well this year. I think I should go there without having any baggage from the past. And yeah, maybe also write to my manager that, since I'm on a holiday tomorrow, it will not be possible this weekend. Um, yeah, I think that's something I like to close the session with. And yeah, thank you so much. Big thank you to you and for enabling this session. Yeah, happy to refer you to my friends in case they need coaching. Thank you. Thank you, Sunil. I am also acknowledging the work that you've done in the session, and yeah, thank you for all the compliments. Happy to coach your friends as well. Thank you. Yeah, see you then. Yeah. So just checking in. Be good to close the session. Yeah, absolutely, coach. Thank you so much. Bye bye.